Hiya, you find me in the churchyard, St Peter's Church, right opposite a building here that you may have walked past had you visit this and not really known what it was. I have often wondered what this was, imagined all sorts of things, possibly coffins stored in there with bodies and all that stuff, sort of things that go on inside your head when you're in a churchyard. But this, although at the moment it is called a mortuary, it was never a mortuary as far as we can tell, because there's no records of it actually being used as such. The reason it's here is because of the Nonconformists. The term Nonconformist covers any religion, Christian religion, that doesn't conform to the Church of England. Church of England burials are usually on consecrated ground that has to be consecrated by a priest, whereas the Nonconformists, they're just buried in ground. The churches in Coggeshall, at the time this was built, which was in the mid 1800s, there were a lot of churches. We've got the Baptist church, the Wesleyan Chapel, which is now a children's preschool. We've got the library, which was the Quakers' church. Opposite that, the Congregational church, which has a history all by itself, which may be covered in another video. We got next to it the Roman Catholic little church building. We've covered that to some degree in a previous video. All those churches which were not conforming to the Church of England back in the 1850s, there was a lack of burial sites. In 1852, burial boards were established by various acts of Parliament for the purpose of creating and administrating new burial grounds. So with the churchyard at Coggeshall close to capacity and an order in council requiring the closure of Coggeshall's several burial grounds, on the 1st of August 1856 there was a need to find a new area suitable for interments. Now, you can't just bury bodies any old where because of disease and contamination in the water source and all sorts of horrible things that you would get from decaying corpses. So laws had to be passed, and that's basically how this chapel ended up, because land had to be sought to allow these other churches to bury their congregations when they died. Several landowners offered to sell land for the new cemetery, but the plot finally chosen was 3 acres of church field, offered by Mrs. Kim's, which was to the north of and adjacent to the existing churchyard. There were arguments. Land was acquired, and there were arguments between all the churches how to divide the land up and who goes where, and the church here, they had a big say because they needed ground near their church, ground that had to be sanctified by a priest for burial. And what a kerfuffle. The site for the new cemetery, adjacent to the parish church, was convenient for funerals from St. Peter's Church, but less so for the Nonconformists, whose various churches were more distant. In such cases, it was usual that as part of the cemetery extension scheme, a new chapel should be provided where members of the dissenting churches could hold their funeral services close to the place of interment. The building today is in quite a state of disrepair. As you can see, it's been fenced off because it is too dangerous. What's going to happen to the building at the moment, we don't know, but it would be a shame to lose it. It does have a little bit of history. That's how the Nonconformist Chapel came to be. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and as usual, I will see you in another video, provided I'm not here. I'll see you in another video. Stay safe.